Assalamualaikum, Sastikal, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is Attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show. And today we have Vedika on the board, and we're going to talk, of course, about immigration law. And today is February 20th, 2020, and we are live. We will be opening the lines in 2 minutes. 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. But before I start anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Vedika, I hope you can hear me well. And again, this is Attorney Shah Peerally from the Shah Peerally Law Show. And if you want a private consultation, feel free, or you need help, feel free to call us at 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. Well, today news, the famous visa bulletin that came out, a little bit strange, but it seems like now there are many things happening on the visa bulletin side, and of course we have this backlog now for all chargeability on EB3, which is causing a lot of problems because a lot of people who have spouses or who are born outside India or China are also getting stuck. And it also mentions that they are not going to change it for a while, which means that backlog is going to stay probably for the next 6 months or even more, maybe 2 years. So let's see how things are going to unfold, but this is what we saw on the visa bulletin. And of course for India, EB2, no big move, and also EB3, of course, pretty much kind of stuck. All those are stuck now, and we don't know how things are going to be, but we are hoping now that they will do things. They added Vietnam, by the way, on the chart, which is something new. It used to be Mexico, Philippines, Vietnam was in all chargeability, but they added it now. So this is a very interesting visa bulletin. I've never seen one like that for a long time, but again, everything is possible now. This is a new world with everything pretty much getting really out of control, unfortunately, and we are going to see more and more things pretty much changing. And now, of course, with the famous virus and the ban on China and so many other countries, we might see also a shutdown of many ports because of the virus. So we have to be ready for that too. And a lot of people are asking me the same questions. Will I be able to come back, and things like that? If unfortunately, many people also who left and went for vacation during the end of year, especially those who went to China, are now not able to come back. And things are unfolding really in an interesting way. So we need to wait and see how things are going to be in with the visa bulletin. But not only the visa bulletin, interviews at the U.S. Embassy in many places are going to be cancelled. It seems now Japan and Singapore and South Korea are also having issues, and that might also affect the ability for the U.S. Embassy to proceed. So you need to be ready for eventualities. So again, caution if you're traveling. If you don't have to travel, avoid traveling, because interviews, even though everything is clear, you might not even have an embassy working at the time of the interview. So you need to make sure that you take all your precautions and be ready for any kind of possible lockdown. And again, this is just a speculation, but it's happening already for China, etc., etc. So there is a chance if the virus unfortunately progresses, we're going to see more lockdown, more things happening. So I wanted to let you know. And a few weeks ago I mentioned there was a possible ban in China, and unfortunately it did happen. And now we are going to see a lot of things, especially now at the border, because of this virus. They're going to be they're already kind of more vigilant, but things are going to be a little more tough every time you have to travel. And I know a lot of people have to go for stamping, or they have to step outside and come back to reset the I-94. And whenever you're doing that, make sure you're going in a country that is not banned or a country that doesn't have on the list of the issues we're talking about, so that you're able to come back. So again, this is Attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show. We are discussing about immigration law, and again, for those who are not familiar with our show, I've been doing this now for 10 years. This year is going to be 10 years. It's been time goes so fast, but at the same time, as you know, things are not that obvious sometimes for many reasons. So I recommend that if you want to know a little bit more about us, you can check our website, attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. Unfortunately, I didn't really have the time to update the website with new info, but I usually put most of my stuff on YouTube now, youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law. So please subscribe to that. Again, we are discussing about immigration law, and we were talking about the visa bulletin. What do we expect now? Well, we cannot expect a lot of good things, unfortunately. It is really what it is, and we have to live with it, like this expert was saying on the BBC. Now the new situation of the virus is going to cause a lot of issues probably at the airport, especially if you are from China, etc. And that also means maybe possibly from India, Pakistan also, they're going to have really kind of serious checks. So I highly recommend that if you're traveling, don't stay too long. Avoid countries which are banned, because they might not let you come back. So it is important that you understand that those things are happening. Unfortunately, there were bans for other reasons, but now it's for health reasons. So make sure you are ready when you come, if you're traveling, that if you're going for stamping. Another thing, there will be a lot of delays on stamping because there will be few staff working. So we are talking about the visa bulletin and also the ban, and we can take questions on every aspect of immigration. Feel free to call the studio line 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and this is Attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show. And also, if you need help with checking on your case, or of course handling your case, or a consultation, please feel free to reach out to us at 510-742-5887. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you need to put it, not only if you need help, but also a second opinion, we can help you. And I wanted to also mention that there are situations right now which is very kind of extraordinary circumstances, and we are seeing, of course, extraordinary decisions, and we can help you, of course, as a law firm, but at the same time, you need to be careful and take care of things, because once you leave, you might not be able to come back. So I'm going to discuss now a little bit about for people who basically have H-1B, because H-1B is coming and getting ready for that. They are going to start, like as you know, H-1B is also changing this year. For one, I'm talking about the new H-1B cap. Let me take a call and then we'll continue that. This is Shah Peerally. Hello.
Hello, good morning. I have a question for you.
Good morning. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So, we applied for a green card for my parents. We are citizens in US. So, they asked for some documentation like the police clearance certificate from India. So, we provided that. So, I want to find out what's the process. How long does it take for them to go through the documents and go through the next step? And secondly, is there a way to contact them? Do you know?
Okay, which level are you? Are you at the National Visa Center level? That's where they're asking that?
Yes, that's where we submitted the documents online. It's the CAC website, CAC.state.
Yeah, that's taking like 4 or 5 months. But if there is some kind of security check, it can take longer. It also can take longer if they are not satisfied with the documents and they want new documents. So the average time is 4 months, 5 months, but it can take longer depending on how you prepared the documentation and how satisfied they are. Plus also it can take longer if there's a security check, an extensive security check on them.
Got it. But is there a way to contact them? I don't see any way to contact. It's just to wait, I guess.
Yeah, email. The only thing you can do is email, but they rarely answer. So it's like a dead end, but you can keep emailing them until you get an answer. But they won't do anything just because the case is delayed. But if it is delayed for too long, like you past 6 months to 8 months, then what you can do, you can try to reach out to them. If they don't answer, contact a congressman. Any congressman, a senator, or a House representative, and ask them to actually do an inquiry for you. Okay?
Okay. But if we go through you, is there any other advantage? Like, do we have any back doors to talk to them?
Not at this point. If you have already submitted everything, no. But if there are problems, they are sending requests for evidence or any additional documents they require, and you're not able to answer, then yes, you can hire us. We can take care of it. But at this point, there's nothing much we can do on our side to expedite it.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. Good luck. Thank you so much, Vedika. If we have another caller, this is Shah Peerally. You're having here? Okay, I think it was a one caller. So feel free to call 510-657-1170. This is the number to the studio, 510-657-1170. And if you have any question, just like the caller did, it doesn't have to be related to the topic I'm talking about. As long as it is immigration, I will be glad to answer if I can answer, of course. And also, if you don't want to call on the air and you want a private consultation, feel free to reach our office, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. So we were discussing about the H-1B. This year H-1B is changing. Like I said, there will be a pre-selection. What the pre-selection will do, remember how the H-1B cap used to work last year. You just send the package, then they do a lottery system. If you make it through, then they proceed on the case if you get approved or denied or whichever way they want to go. But this time what is going to happen, they're going to do the pre-selection. So first you will be entered in the lottery system. If your name gets selected, then you file your H-1B. And then at this point, then you wait. So it is actually a helpful situation for most people, because it goes in a smooth way and they don't have to stress, etc. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. Hello.
Hi, Shah. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for the show. I just have a quick question for you.
Oh, you're welcome. Go ahead.
We applied for H1 and H4 in July 2019 when I switched my job. I'm still waiting for H4 approval. Now, next month we are planning to go to India, so I understand that we need to go for stamping and all. So do I still have an option for Dropbox, or do I need to, for H4, do we need to still appear for in-person interview? Because I don't have approval here.
Oh, you don't have an approval on H1B yet?
No, on H4, sorry.
You mean the H4? Yeah, it all depends on the system. If they offer you Dropbox, you can take it. Did you change your job, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going for stamping too?
Yes.
Okay. So
because I'm eligible for Dropbox. So
okay, then probably your wife might be eligible for Dropbox too. So when you enter it in the system, it will tell you, but technically both of you should not be eligible for Dropbox. But if the system is giving you that, take advantage of it. Okay? Because you change your job. Usually,
if we go there, do I need to submit 797? That's the question.
No. For H4, no. H4 doesn't work like H1. You don't need a 797 to get an H4 approval, because it's like a new H4. Once you leave, that H4 that you filed will be cancelled. When you go there, you just have to show your 797 of your H1, then they will give her H4. Okay? Bring also your marriage certificate and some proof of marriage if you just got married. Okay?
Okay, alright. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good luck to you. Good luck. If you need help, just let us know. 510-742-5887. Let me take another call. This is Shah Peerally, 11A. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Mr. Shah. Thanks for your show. I had a question.
Well, thank you so much.
Because I'm actually a U.S. citizen and I'm trying to marry somebody in India and bring them here. Like, how long does it take now to get her green card? Like, when I apply for a green card, how long does it take? And is there any way she can come in the meantime, like till she gets the green card?
Okay. That's a very, very interesting question that you just asked, because the two are important questions. Number one, how much time it's taking. If everything is done properly, you don't make mistakes on the paperwork, they don't have a long security check, within 9 months to 1 year, she should be able to come here. And the way it works for the green card, if you get married, you file the I-130. I-130 gets approved, the case goes to the National Visa Center, then everything is done there, then it goes to an interview at the U.S. Embassy. All this takes around 9 months to 1 year, and then she comes on usually a conditional green card right away. It's an I-551 stamp. Then when she comes back in, if the marriage is less than 2 years, after 1 year, 9 months, you file for the permanent green card. So she comes directly on a green card if you file it this way. Now, if she came on a fiancé visa, that's different. Then you have to file more paperwork. And you ask the question, can she come in the middle? The answer is yes, but it's risky if she's coming on a visitor visa. And that's why I'm saying it's a good question you asked, because a lot of people don't understand the concept. What happens on a visitor visa is when you come, you are subject to INA 214B, which is the immigrant intent. Which means basically when you come here, you cannot have the intent of adjusting status. Although it is possible to adjust status when you enter, it is not. It kind of affects the ability to enter the United States even with a valid visa on your passport. So if at the airport they are not happy, they can actually return her back. And if they return her, they can put a 5-year bar on her entry. So there's always a risk if she comes on a visitor visa.
So they can deny her entry. They will know that she's already applied for a green card and she's trying to come on a visitor visa. So that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, they will probably know, because when you're punching her name at the airport, it will already, and plus you cannot lie about it, it's not allowed. So both ways, just to be honest with you, most people don't have any problem at the airport. But the problem is there, if they want to really be mean, they can use it against her.
But there's no way we can get this before 1 year, you're saying, at least 9 months to 1 year. Not before that.
You don't have control over that. If you're lucky, you can even complete in 8 months. So the fiancé visa, she gets it, then we cannot get married. She has to be my fiancé and she can come before. Yes. Right? Yeah, you have to only be engaged to her, bring her here, then file it. Because if you're already married, you use a fiancé visa, that's dangerous. It's fraud. Right. So be careful. Okay.
So that's the
but once you decide to get married, give us a call. Yeah. We can handle it for you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Shah Peerally. I have a question about H4 EAD. I have EAD in processing right now. I have applied for the renewal. In the meantime, I want to apply for H1B also. So I wanted to know if it is from H4 EAD to H1B, is it cap exempted or it falls under the H1B cap?
No, it is cap. It falls under the cap. EAD doesn't make you cap exempt. EAD is EAD. It's different. No, you have to go to the cap. So if you don't make it to the cap, you don't make it on H1B.
Oh. So it's just not a change of status from EAD to H1. It is not.
No. Only time it works non-cap if you had an H1B before. Let's say you had an H1B like 3-4 years ago. You moved to H4 EAD. Now you want to move back to H1. Then you're cap exempt. Otherwise, no. You have to go to the cap, unfortunately.
Oh. Okay.
So unless you go to a cap exempt company, organization.
I'm sorry?
unless you get a job with a cap exempt organization. There are not companies, but organizations like some schools, hospitals, etc. They are cap exempt H1Bs. These they don't go to the cap, but these are hard to find. Plus, they have their own problems. Otherwise, no, you're subject to the cap.
Okay. So another question was, if I get my H1B while EAD is under renewal, so how does it work? Let's say I'm planning to apply this year my H1B. So, and I get my EAD in July or something. I'm still waiting for that. So till my H1B comes.
It doesn't affect it. It will affect it depending how you file the H1B. So if the H1B is filed as a change of status on October 1st, what will happen is that you will get an approval probably around July, August, something like that. And then the H1B doesn't kick in until October 1st. So all this time you'll be on H4 visa plus the EAD. But once you reach October 1st, automatically you shift to H1B. Now, if they do it as a consular processing, then you don't have to, until you leave the country, you go and get a stamping, you come back, the H1B is not activated. So if you want to maintain the EAD, the best option is to ask your employer to do it as a consular processing H1B. Okay.
Oh. I should ask as consular processing. Okay.
No, you should not ask. I'm just saying if you want to do that, because most people prefer to do a change of status, because when you do consular processing, only way to activate the H1B, you have to leave, go in for an interview, etc., and then come back, which of course has its own risk. So the best is to, maybe if you have a specific issues, maybe you can give me a call at the office and we can do a consultation and I can tell you which is best for you. It's very hard to tell on like 2 minutes on the radio, but sometimes it's good to do consular processing, sometimes it's good just to keep it as a change of status. Okay?
Okay. And just one last question, Mr. Shah.
Go ahead. Yes.
If I get selected in H1B and then I decide not to pursue that and still remain on EAD, so
yes.
How long does it take to reinstate the EAD?
No, the EAD doesn't get cancelled. Just because you go to the lottery, until the H1B is picked up, the H1B is approved, October 1st kicks in, you still continue on your H4 EAD. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. So on October 1st, I again have to do paperwork if I want to move to H1B, is it?
No. If you do an H1B on October 1st, let's say it gets approved, it's a change of status. On October 1st, it automatically becomes an H1B. If you do it on consular processing, you keep your H4 and H4 EAD until you decide to go and out and come back. Okay?
Okay.
It's a little bit tricky, but give me a call. Like I said, I have another call, so we can discuss in more details if you want. 510-742-5887. Okay?
5887. Okay.
Yes. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. Shah Peerally, hello.
Hey Shah, I have one question.
Hello.
So
yes.
my 6 years H1B is ending next year, next year September, and my company is will be doing my green card next month or so, and so I'm planning to visit India in November sometime. I don't have my this year of H1B stamp on my passport, and I'm planning to visit India in November sometime, and so after November I'll only have 9 months, about 10 months or so. So I wanted to ask, is it a good idea to visit during that time?
No, it's not a good idea. Although it is okay, you can do it, but I don't recommend it, because if you, for whatever reason, you get stuck and you are left, you go for the stamping, they might actually give you a hard time, stating that there's too little time on it. But having said that, usually when it's less than 6 months, then we have a problem. But more than 6 months, they're kind of okay. But if you ask me if it is a good idea, I'll say no. But it's not most of the time people do get it when they have 9 months, but it is not recommended. Let's put it this way: I don't recommend it. That's all.
Okay. And so, is there any also limitation? Like, if the company has started your green card process, then is there any certain time frame during which it is not recommended to travel?
No, there's no problem in traveling, but until you get a new H-1B and H-1B is renewed, and you cannot do that without the I-140 or the pending labor certification, then in this case, it's not recommended to travel unless you have that. But once you have that and an extension has been filed for you, you're going for a stamping, then it's not a problem. But the question is that you don't know if it will get approved or not, so that's the problem.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good luck to you. So this is a very frequent question I get. Is it a good time to travel? I have like 6-7 months left on my visa, on my 797, and I didn't get a renewal yet done. Can I travel? The answer is yes, of course you can travel. Now, going for stamping, if it is less than 6 months, we have seen from experience that it is difficult to get a stamping on your passport. At least have 1 year, then it is easier to get the stamping. But we don't recommend people to travel in those situations. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call, we had some very interesting questions. 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and this is the studio line. And for our office, 510-742-5887, website attorneyonair.com, YouTube channel Shah Peerally Law. Let me take another caller. This is you live on air. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Shah. First of all, thank you so much for your very informative show. I'm a regular listener. So
thank you so much for your kind words.
Okay, thank you. So I have an H-1B and I have a I-140 approved. So my question is, if I decide to leave my job for, let's say, for a break for 2 years, what happens to that H-1B and the I-140?
Oh, that's another interesting question. The I-140, technically, it doesn't go away if you have past 6 months. After 6 months, your company cannot cancel it. If they want to cancel it, they have to cancel it before 6 months. That's number one. Number two, if they don't cancel it, and let's say 2-3 years down the road you want to come back, you can still use it with the company to get a green card. But after 6 months, the I-140 can be, if the company cancels it, they don't cancel the use of the I-140, but they cancel the ability for you to get a green card with it. So that means you need that I-140 to get back on the H-1B. So let's say 2-3 years down the road you want to come back, you can still use the H-1B, revive the H-1B kind of, even with a different company. And if you have an I-140, you'll get for 3 years. How many years you use the H-1B, by the way?
So I got a second extension on the I-140, so it's been like 9 years now.
Oh, 9 years. Okay. So you need that I-140 to do anything, any transfer or any extension. But the good news is that the I-140 has been, 6 months has passed, it seems, right? So yes. Now the company cannot cancel it, but the company doesn't have to give you a green card with it. You can still use that I-140 to get extension on H-1B, even with a different company. You can also use it for your spouse to get H-480. So let's say you leave for India, again I'll repeat that, for India or another country for 2-3 years, you can always revive that H-1B and come back. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, good luck to you. If you need help, 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller. This is you're live in air. Hello.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. This is
you're welcome, sir.
So, I have a question about filing GC for sibling by citizen. How long does it take? Any idea?
Sorry, I'm smiling because it takes a long time, 15 years approximately.
Oh, okay.
Years.
Okay. So if they are, can we file for green card while they are on H1B in parallel, or?
Yes. You're not filing the green card. You're filing only the I-130 at this point. The answer is yes. It is. H1B is a dual intent visa, so it doesn't get affected by this. Okay. In fact, I recommend doing it as a backup.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. So another thing, and I didn't realize I was telling the caller it takes 15 years, but even EB2 for India is taking around that time. So you might as well file it for your sibling. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Shah Peerally, and we're live today. We had a lot of calls, and today is February 2nd, 2020, and I have Vedika on the board with me. Thank you, Vedika. And we are going to talk a little bit about, let me finish on the H1B and then we'll talk about debt settlement. As the caller mentioned, and as I mentioned earlier, the H1B now is a different system. You have to do the selection. So if you're a company or you're an individual, you need help doing the H1B, feel free to reach out to us. 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. We don't have much time now. We have to file it. I think we have between the 1st till the 20th of March to file the pre-selection, so please feel free to reach out to us. I think we have one caller. Let me take the caller, Vedika. You're live in here. Hello.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. I have a question that for the EAD application, fresh application and the renewal, the fees is same or different, and the biometric is needed or not?
Okay, let me, I didn't hear the second part, but you say renewal and fresh EAD. What kind of EAD are we talking about?
H4 EAD work authorization.
Yeah, it's the same application except it's a renewal. The process is the same, but you still have to do fingerprint, yes.
Okay, and if I apply that along with the H4 extension, the fingerprint is included in that, or it is separate for both cases?
No, you mean the fees, or you mean, what do you mean exactly? The fingerprint is included. You have to do the fingerprint separate.
Basically, my company is applying for H1B and H4 extension for me, and I'm including EAD work authorization application along with that. So the biometric will be separate for both EAD as well as H4 extension, or it will be same?
That I don't know, because the thing is that I don't really kind of follow up with the clients when they go for biometrics. But as far as I know, if they do one biometric, one for you, one for your wife, that should be good enough. They won't call you for two biometrics. It's only one time. One time for that specific renewal. But right now, like I say, everything is a little bit upside down. They might call twice, but it's not usually the case. They don't call twice. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Shah Peerally again. So, and we are live today on Radio Zindagi, and I wanted to thank Vedika for being with me. And I think we have another caller again, right? This is Shah Peerally. Okay, we lost the caller. So we had a lot of callers. So let me talk now about debt settlement, because I think I have only 9 minutes to go. So this is another thing that is going to really hit us really fast now. With all the things happening around the world, we are seeing a slowing of the economy, and we are seeing a lot of loss of jobs, by the way. I think the HSBC, I think HSNBC, well, I don't know exactly, I'm missing on that. So I just wanted to say that I think they're cutting a lot of jobs, and in the Bay Area we're talking a huge number of jobs also being cut, and this is going to have an impact on many things. And now with China kind of lockdown, a lot of things are going to have impact on many things. So what I wanted to say is that if you're facing problems and you owe on credit cards, for example, and you cannot afford to pay them, we can go ahead and negotiate the credit cards for you and reduce a fraction of its value. For example, you owe $10,000, we might be able to get it out for $3,000 and they forgive you $7,000. This is just an example, by the way. We have done many cases like that. And doesn't mean because we win on one, we will win on yours. So the way debt settlement works is a negotiation process. So we negotiate between give me 1 second, we'll take the caller, Vedika, let me finish that part. So we are able to go ahead and negotiate for you. We can do that oftentimes for credit cards or even SBA loans sometimes, and even for other things like second mortgages, depending on your house, the house market, etc. And also, if you have lawsuits against you, we can also negotiate those. So please give us a call, 510-742-5887, and the blog to check is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And again, we can help you with negotiating those debts and get you out of them, especially if you're moving back to India, for example, or you're having other issues, hardship, etc., we can negotiate those. So you don't have to go for a bankruptcy if you don't have money to pay. And plus, debt settlement kind of clear you back and put you back on track. So it is a good option to take. So please call us. We can do an assessment, 510-742-5887. Let me take one caller. This is Shah Peerally. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Shah. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome, sir.
So, Mr. Shah, I have a question. My wife, she is on a green card, that 10-year green card, and it seems like, it is going to get expired, in next 6 months. Now, without even recognizing that, she traveled to India, and she plans to stay there for at least 3-4 months. So is it going to be a problem coming back? Because she only has like 2 months left before the,
No, it won't be a problem to come back, but she needs to come back before it expires. And if there's any problem, if she needs to stay longer, I will recommend you get an appointment with the U.S. Embassy and try to get a I-551 stamp on her passport. But don't try to pass that date. It's better to come back ASAP, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We cannot take more callers now, Vedika. We got a lot of callers today, and I'm very grateful to our listeners because most of the callers are very faithful and dedicated listeners. They're very loyal to our shows, and I wanted to thank them. But of course, we have new listeners because I always get calls, so I heard you first time on the show. And just to let people know, a lot of people used to listen to us on Mondays, but now we move it to Thursday. So feel free, it's 10 to 11. Please kindly join us, and we can discuss about your case. And for those who want a private consultation, please feel free to